What is up, guys? It is Kaz the Weeb here, and we are back with another season of SPDA Masterball. And I'm here with my lovely co-host Shironuka. How you doing?
Hi there, doing good. How's everyone doing?
And we are gonna be doing a nice little casual draft analysis for my team in the Masterball division. This is not how I usually do it. I'm streaming it live on twitch.tv/KazTheWeeb. And I decided for my casual leagues, I wanted to do it this way, opposed to doing a fully edited video. Because doing like 4 fully edited draft analysis videos in a short time span is really hard. And I thought this was also just a fun way to do it. So with that being said, we're gonna get right into it, alright? So, with my to preface a few things. First of all, Shiro drafted my team for me. Obviously, I had my own little input here and there, but for Masterball, I just thought it's fun and a new challenge for me to let Shiro pick my mons, so I'm going to use mons that I don't normally use, because obviously I have my own biases on some mons compared to her. So I thought that would be a fun little thing and a new challenge for me. And to preface some of the rules, this is a mid-tier Terra with Terra tax, meaning that if a mon is at 7 points and then you want to Terra it, it might get taxed to go up to 12 points. And that extra points does affect your draft budget total. It's exactly like how WPF did it, except we're on a smaller scale because they do open Terra for everything with some bans, and we only do 12 and below, and it's not open Terra. It is three Terra types, no stab requirement. And I think that's all we really need. Obviously, there's like 125 point budget, 20 point budget for Terra, so we're getting a lot of a more of a beefier, scarier division this season. The rosters are gonna be as fierce as ever, more fierce in all honesty. So that being said, we're gonna start with our first overall pick. This is gonna be a mon that I used my very first season of draft in the DDL. It did really good for me. I haven't used it since then, so it's been over a year. And Shiro really wanted me to use this mon, and I was all for it because this mon is a fantastic speed tier, and it is Meowscarada. Probably the best grass type there is out there. Has Protean, so it can change its typing, so it can get rid of that shitty grass dark typing. It has momentum with U-turn. It has Flower Trick, which is crit, so it goes through defense buffs. Always guaranteed crit. And it has priority with Sucker Punch, Stab, everything Stab with Protean for the most part. Knockoff as well, Stab Knock. It has some fun techs out there as well. It gets Spikes, Play Rough. A lot of good stuff out there. It gets T-Spikes, Triple Axle. A very nasty Triple Axle user. I don't like Triple Axle, but you're going to have to use it. It makes this mon even better, unfortunately. But yeah, has a lot of cool stuff. Shiro really liked this mon, and I do too. Am I missing anything, Shiro, or how are you liking it? What do you like about this
I really
mon?
like it. I mean, okay, so first of all, the idea of this team, I wanted to just use a team full of starters. Not really. I wanted the first 3 mons to be starters, right? And so, Meowscarada was a really good starter with dual typing. So, yeah.
Good dual typing. Well, I wouldn't say it's good dual typing, but it's good because Protean. Because, like, Flower Trick is great, and Sucker Punch is great, right? And Knockoff and stuff like that.
And it has like a really great speed tier. Its stats are really good, like 110 attack right out of the gate with the 123 speed. Like, you can do things with it. You can even choice scarf this guy and
Choice
just
ban
U-turn, just lead.
Yeah,
choice ban too.
I love choice scarf. Yeah, I love choice scarf in this mon because it's one of the fastest mons in the format. So it can, make people think like, well, a lot of people don't expect choice scarf. So, I've killed a Greninja off rip because he was choice scarf and so was I, and I'm faster. So went to stab, U-turn, and bop, he's dead. So very fun mon, and yeah, it's fast enough to where you can get away with using choice band as well, really boosting the damage of those sucker punches and knockoffs and flower tricks. Very nasty choice band user with a great speed tier, by the way. Very good. So the next mon that we decided to get was the mon I never thought I would use. I don't like this mon. But this mon is very good. I think I'm gonna learn to like. I started liking it honestly, but I'm not much of a dancer, and I thought it was a little cringe. But he's a pretty cool guy. I take back what I said. He made me eat my word. We're going Quaquavel or Quackquavel, however you say this guy's name. He has the Moxie ability, which is fantastic for them. Just snowballing with his stab signature move, Aqua Step. 80 power, +1 speed every time you use it. Very, very... This mon will accidentally sweep you. This mon will easily accidentally sweep you. It also gets rapid spin, so it's a fun little secondary spinner in case I need it. It gets knockoff now. Well, it's had it for a little while now. Strong close combat as well. It gets Roost for healing, Acro if you want to use no item or like citruses.
You have some momentum with him too, right?
Yeah, it gets flip turn, momentum, swords dance, and U-turn actually. So if you're afraid of like a water absorber, it gets triple axle. Like it can hit the flying types that usually want to threaten him. Wave crash too if you need like the bigger damage boost. This mon is...
and here's a fun tech. If you know someone's running priority, you can upper hand them.
Oh god, upper hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, very good stats, 120, very solid stats overall. Yeah, and it's just a good wall breaker, decent speed. It's just a fun mon. Game Freak loves their 85s. Whoops, I got rid of him. Let's see.
Kaz doesn't like him, that's why he got rid of him.
I've learned to like him. All right, he's very cool fella. He's a very cool fella. I wish he had a better shiny.
But you also kind of destroyed him with which mod was it?
Was it Vaporeon? Yeah.
You went right through the sub with alluring voice.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't really caught the trend yet, she wanted the starter trio. So next week we grabbed Skeledirge. I've been wanting to use this mon for forever. This mon, obviously he's like hit or miss. I've seen him do really well. I've seen him struggle. But a bulky unaware mon is exactly what I wanted. He pairs so well with Meowscarada. He resists the fire typing that Meow's weak to. Meow resists the ghost typing he's weak to. Meow resists ground that he's weak to. Skeledirge is immune to fighting, which Meow is weak to. Resists bug that Meow's weak to. Resist ice that Meow's weak to, right? This is like a great trio to get. Like they really like to help each other out a lot. And it's very fun. Very fun. And Unaware is a stupid ability that just, it makes it so hard to sweep. And his signature ability lets him sweep as well. He has Torch Song. He's on +1 special attack, 80 power, with a decent 110 special attack, 100 defense, 75 SPDF, and 104 HP. He can definitely be SPDF bulky as well. Don't get me wrong. Get Stab Shadow Ball as well. Slack Off so it can heal. Willow to punish some physical attackers. And yeah, Earth Power and Alluring Voice for coverage. So it's a lot of Scorching Sands as well.
And I mean, you can always use Hex over Shadow Ball too.
Yeah, you can run like Hex, Will-O-Wisp, and stuff like that. But yeah, she got the Gen 9 started trio, so that's very fun. Oh, the Belch tech. We can do the Belch.
That's why I was like, oh,
yeah. I saw it. That's funny. We can try Belch, like Shuckaberry Belch.
Yeah.
Or like the Darkberry Belch. That's funny. But yeah, it gets Yawn too. This mon's gonna be very annoying. It can be very bulky and just run Nightshade, but you don't really need to. Just run Torch Song. Get your Spatak up that way. So just a very fun mon. Get Slow Encore, which can be useful. But yeah, just a very fun mon. I love the trio. It's a great time. So next we got our Terra Captain. We decided to grab it early because it feels like a really broken Terra Captain. Maybe not the most broken here. But we got Gardevoir. The Gen 3 basically starter because everyone loves this mon so much. For better or worse. It actually yeah, it's pretty good. 125 special attack and 115 SPDF with 80 speed. Not the bulkiest thing in the world, but can definitely take a special hit. What are our Terra types? It's Fighting, Fairy, and Water, I think.
Yeah, Fighting, Fairy, Water.
So we went Fighting, Fairy, Water. I felt like that's pretty good. I like Water because it makes you resist Steel. I feel like Pokegame said this before, but like Fairy types like to become Water types. It helps beat Fire types that want to wall you. It resists Steel types, and you're no longer weak to stuff like poison and ghost. Fighting's just really good for fighting steel types and stuff like
Also,
that.
Mach Punch.
Yeah. Mach Punch. This thing is Mach Punch.
I thought it did. It had priority fighting move, no?
Yeah, it gets Vacuum Wave. We're not using Mach Punch. This
Oh,
thing has
Vacuum
65 attack. Yeah.
My bad. Vacuum Wave, the
Yeah.
Spatak version.
Yeah, it can get Stab, Vacuum Wave. It has Willow. It has Triple Axle for some reason. It gets
Yeah,
Aura Sphere. Go on.
I don't know why it gets triple axle. But
Yeah.
okay. I guess because it's dancing, right? And it's spinning.
I guess so. But yeah, it's got Stab, Aura Sphere. The double stab, like Moonblast, is gonna hurt like a Banshee. Mystical Fire coverage. It gets all this stuff. It's gonna be such a fun mon. With Terra too, it's gonna be kind of nasty. So that was very fun. I was very excited to grab this mon. And so on to the next mon. What this mon I've been wanting to use. I used it for one game that you guys will never get to see, sadly, but I never posted it. It's Glamora with all the hazards, toxic debris, and corrosion. This mon is going to chip everything, get it in range of sucker punches from Meow or knockoffs, get it everything in range of Aqua Sets and Quackquavel, and it's just we're gonna get everything in range, and we're just gonna sweep. That's the goal. It gets removal with Mortal Spin. That's actually pretty good removal. It only gets stopped by Steel. So
Yeah,
that's
only
so
Steel.
yeah, and it has Earth Power for Steel types, so it can hit those. It gets good coverage with like D-Gleam. It gets, Meteor Beam, so we can do power Meteor Beam stuff. Spiky Shield, it gets Spikes, Stealth Rock, it gets Toxic Debris for the T-Spike. It's so funny that it doesn't get T-Spikes. Oh, it does. But yeah, you can run Corrosion Toxic, which is also fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, very high special attack. So like, does this thing get Rock Polish? It gets.
I think I saw it down there.
Yeah, it gets Rock Polish. If you want to boost your speed, you can run Meteor Beam, try and sweep. 130. That's the highest on our team right now. Very disgusting mon. Gonna hopefully try and use it for more than just hazards, but hazards on this thing is gonna be so clean for our team. For cleaning stuff up. Get everything in range. Everyone's gonna be running boots. We gotta have some good knockoffs. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, on to the next mon, which we do have some good knockoff mons, so you'll see. And
I was gonna say, speaking of knockoff,
speaking
right?
of which, the next mon that we picked up is my boy, the Big Green Mammo Machine. Because we call him Big Green because he's green shiny.
I was like, he's not looking green right now.
This guy is sick. 130. So now we have 130 special attacker, 130 attacker. We got some two strong wall breakers. Has good stab priority and ice shard. It gets knockoff for removing them boots that are gonna be all over the place. We can run this guy Focus Sash with Stealth Rocks as well. A very powerful Earthquake. Icicle Crash is gonna hit like a truck. It gets Iron Head. Just a very fun mon. It is very linear. It does like the same thing, but it does it well. It gets Stick
You
Fat.
can also run him nice AV.
Yeah, AV works really well on this mon. If you look at his stats, 115. AV will put this at 90, so it can be very defensive as well. It has a lot of HP, right? So it can be cheeky. I've seen people with the 70 attack. You can actually run Freeze Dry and run him like Life Orb Freeze Dry. I've seen that before.
And here's another nice thing. With his bulkiness, you can actually do some phasing. You can haze, you can roar. No
he
setting
gets
up
roar?
allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roar and Haze.
Big boy.
Yeah, he's sick too, so he can do that. But yeah, very, very good mon overall. I love Mammo. I got to use him a little bit in the prior season, so I'm glad he's back on the team. So moving on to the next mon, a classic, a mon I've used a couple times, and I've done well with it, I feel like. And we brought it back because we wanted some SPDF bulk that is more natural. Doesn't have reliable recovery, but still very good natural SPDF. And it is Meloetta. With that big 128 SPDF and 100 HP. You're never one-shotting this mon with a special attack. It's normal type 2, so that helps out a lot. Unfortunately, with the psychic typing, it does make it susceptible to dark pulses from Spectrier, but that's okay. It can't Shadow Ball me at least. But yeah, just a good normal type, very fun mon. Serene Grace for the hacks. I have run it before. You can also run Pirouette form. Pirouette Meloetta is a beast. If we want to look at Meloetta Pirouette. 100.
Just gotta remember when you swap, it's gone.
Yeah, 128 attack, 128 speed. Generally doesn't get one shot too easily. And with the physical version, you get knockoff, acro, close combat, you know, U-turn. So a lot of fun stuff there. You gotta run Perish Song. I mean, not Perish Song. Relic.
What are the
Relic Song.
Yeah. Hopefully you put them to sleep too.
Yeah,
With
that'd be great.
base.
Yeah, the 20%. But yeah, on this side of it, you have the normal hyper voice that hits like a truck. It gets psychic. It gets dual screens. You can slap a leftovers on this to heal up. It gets Thunder Wave to be annoying. Trick Room if we want to be a little bit slower that week. But yeah, just a good mon. Energy Ball, just a great mon. I love Meloetta. I wish I could have Terra'd Mellow and Gardevoir, but unfortunately, Mellow's too good with Terra, so it was like a 10-pointer or something. So with the Terra, so we couldn't afford it. This mon's a beast though. Moving on to the next mon. This one is a mon that I've used a couple times, never to much success, but I'm open to giving it another try because it covers a lot of things for us that makes it very useful. And that is Orthworm. We got the Orthworm back. Can be blue or red, whatever one you're feeling. The Gummy Worm, Shelby I like to call him, or her. You got Earth Eater, so immune to ground, really helps protect the Skeledirge and Glamora. So that's very good to help with the ground type weakness.
Yeah.
It gets spikes and Stealth Rock, so it's a good hazard mon. You can make it more offensive with Coil, Body Press, Iron Tail. So it doesn't have to be passive. This mon is not that bad. It has 145 defense, so you can put a lot of that into SPDF to make sure you don't die to outright to special moves. Doesn't have the most coverage in the world, but good enough to where you can definitely use this mon. Unfortunately, you can't use Shed Tail. That'd make the mon way better.
Too good.
But yeah,
I mean, you could do some really interesting shenanigans with him, right? And he was there to help with your ground weakness. I think that you kind of had.
Yeah. With Skelly and Glamora. So yeah, it does help that a lot. So yeah, and we need a steel type. It resists ice and all that jazz too. Just pure steel, pure goodness. And
yeah, this
hazards.
time a dedicated steel type.
Yeah.
I think all the times before you had him as a Terra captain.
Yeah. Alright, so the next pick, we decided to get our last Terra captain. Unfortunately, we wanted to get the Assyrian version of this mon, but it got sniped right before me. So we went and got Electrode Kanto, the Cantonian Electrode. With Terra, we went Grass, Ice, and Fairy, I believe, right?
Yes, Grass, Ice, Fairy.
Great typings. The Bolt Beam, Electric Fairy is also fantastic. And Grass is good for the resistance to ground and just fighting ground types. It really helps fight ground.
And you can make him really annoying with like static. You can, if you know your opponent's gonna do a lot of sound moves, you can use the soundproof. I know the static that Spoods used on you got you really messed up.
Yeah, that was Trodasuian though. But anyway, yeah, Fastmon, blistering speed, 150. Oh, that's crazy. I just realized, if you guys watched my Shitmons one, I thought Electrode was actually faster than Ninjask. Ninjask is faster than Electrode is insane, actually. But anyways,
he's speedy boy.
Blistering, 150 speed, which means you normally run a Modest to help out with his special attack. So he's actually going to be doing respectable damage. A great Volt Switch user. Can run T-Wave to be annoying. It has Foul Play to help fighting physical attackers. And it gets Light Screen. I don't think it gets Reflect, but mainly its job is going to be actually Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Terra Blast, and like maybe Foul Play or like Thunderbolt, stuff like that.
If you know your opponent's is type to lead with rocks and stuff, you can use him as a lead taunt.
Oh, he has lead taunt. Yeah, he can be a fast taunter too. I just realized. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what hands he has, but okay.
He just talks shit. You're taunting with your mouth, you know.
Then why don't we get Parting Shot?
That'd be cool. Anyway, but yeah, I wanted to try out Electrode. I still want to try out Hisuian because having the Grass Electric is so much better, and then you can get the Terra. But we're with. I'm here. I'm not trying to put Electrode down. I love Electrode. So yeah, I'm hoping he can do some good work for us this season, even if he can't Terra.
Yeah.
All right, next mon. This is basically our last real pick, and then we got a mean pick at the end. We wanted we don't have a natural fighting type. I lied. We do. We have Quack Quack. We wanted another ground immunity. That's what I meant to say. And also good speed tier for us. So we decided to grab Zapdos Galarian near the end. It's a Defiamon. That was another reason. I keep forgetting. It has Defiant, so it's good against teams that have Defog because of our hazard stack with Glamora and Orthworm.
Yeah, and Intimidators.
Yeah, and Intimidators. And we have a good Ghost type with like a Skelly as well. Obviously, a good thing would be even better. But yeah, has good Defiant. It's a good speed tier for us at 100. Because we have like 150, 123. Get us somewhere, get it something closer to the 123. So we got 100 right here. He has strong stab with Brave Bird, Acrobatics, Close Combat. It also gets Knockoff and U-Turn. What else do you get? Trailblaze, Thunderous Kick is fun. Stuff like that. Dual Wing Beat if you need to break sashes. This mon's really good for those people that like to run like Sticky Webbers with Sash.
And if for some reason you need to, you can always run Tailwind.
Yeah, it has Tailwind too. Tailwind for the Regielekis. If you guys were here, there was a just slight tangent, guys. Yesterday for me, we played Jackbox, and we kept making Regieleki and Tailwind jokes, and it was ticking Punch off because he kept losing to it. So good meme for anyone that watches this that was there. But yeah, good Tailwind for this team. Because we have mons like Quack and Gardevoir that could really love that Tailwind, so that could be a very possible set, you know. But yeah, as Facade, Endeavor, stuff like that. It's like I wish I had a little bit more coverage, but the coverage it has is solid, and I want to give this one another chance. I used it for one game last season, or not last season, a couple seasons ago, and I let it go for Iron Hands. Can you blame me? I don't think you can. But I want to give him another chance because I love this mon. Look at this shiny, by the way.
It's a very nice shiny. You gave him away.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can't use him legitimately.
No, you can still use it with shiny.
You can?
Yeah. I've seen people use shiny in game before, but I think you gotta use the bots that don't have those restrictions, you know what I mean?
Oh.
But if not, I'll just use this one. The orange is really nice too, orange and black. But yeah, on to the last mon. And that mon is my meme pick, Porygon. He's here for shit mons. He's a Terra Captain too. What is this, Terra's?
Normal Fighting Ghost.
You got Normal Fighting Ghost. So he's a meme pick. I kind of was saying that it could be my Spectre answer because if you look on paper, if someone just uses a choice Spectre, and that's it, I can 1v1 it with this guy. But obviously he's 1 point. Spectre is like 19, 20, whatever. Obviously he's not gonna beat him, but it's a funny thing. Maybe I'll still bring him anyways. But Darude has Spectre, so probably not. Darude is a monster.
Darude will have some kind of plan against you.
He'll just run weakness policy sub and bully me. Or like weakness policy agility because I can't OHKO it. But anyways, just a meme pick. He might come to one game, or he'll be a bench warmer, like a cheerleader. But I love Porygon, so of course we had to draft him. And he has.
We had a point left.
Yeah, he has more usefulness than other 1-pointers. Like, I could run Eviolite, and it's like the bulk isn't the worst in the world, but obviously he's not the best mon. But you never know. He's probably coming to at least one game if I can force it. So, But yeah, that's it, guys. That is, here's the team. It's zoomed in a little bit. Look at the speed tier. It goes 150, 123, and then 100. So, but like the speed tiers are pretty good. Other than this little gap here, I really like the speeds. So,
I think like there's not that many mons that can actually abuse that gap between 123 and 100, right?
Yeah, not too many, but yeah, I love the team. This team is probably one of the better teams I've ever drafted. But I'm not good, so I can't say that anymore. I've won before. I've won a chip, but just because the team's good doesn't mean that I end up doing good with it. The coaches in this league are so fucking good. I could go 0-8, and this team is still fantastic, to be honest. I love this team, by the way. This team looks so fun. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I hope you guys are too, so that's going to be it. I'll see you guys for week 1. Peace.
Bye. Have fun, everyone.